All right, so buckle up, because today we're taking a deep dive into Antwerp.
Antwerp, okay.
But not your typical,
I mean,
Polish travel guide stuff. We're going full-on, raw, unfiltered,
okay.
through a family's YouTube vlog.
Oh, cool.
So imagine, you're right there with them,
Yeah.
experiencing their whole vacation.
Through their eyes.
Through their eyes, through their lens.
I like it.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
It's pretty cool.
So this is like real-time travel, not like the
brochures and stuff.
Not the brochures, yeah, exactly.
Like all the hiccups along the way.
You're going to see like the parking struggles, maybe some bathroom emergencies.
Oh, God.
And they even go through like a mysterious tunnel.
Okay, now I'm intrigued.
That you're going to have to like totally rethink what you thought you knew about,
About tunnels.
The tunnels, yeah.
All right, so the family, they arrive in Antwerp driving a van.
Okay.
And towing a caravan, and it's a full house.
Oh, wow.
You've got kids, relative, like the whole crew, and you can feel that vacation excitement, as they're driving through the city.
Yeah.
But right away.
Right away, there's a problem. You got to find their caravan in this packed parking lot.
The worst.
But here's the thing.
What?
They forgot the license plate number.
Oh, no.
The only thing they know is that it's from Spain.
Okay. That's like a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
So stressful. Wait, do they actually find it?
They do. It just takes a while.
Oh, thank goodness.
But it just shows how, even with the best planning, things can go wrong.
Totally.
And what's interesting? They could have just, edited that whole part out.
Yeah.
Made it look like perfect arrival. But they kept it in.
Why do you think they did that?
I think they wanted to keep it real, show that, hey, travel's not always perfect.
It's about the journey.
It's about the journey, exactly.
All the bumps along the way.
Exactly.
So it makes you wonder, how much are they shaping the story?
Right.
Versus just letting the camera roll.
Yeah, are they trying to tell a specific story?
Yeah.
Or just capture life as it happens?
I mean, either way, I'm hooked.
Me too. It's so relatable, right?
Totally. And I kind of love that they kept the parking fiasco in.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's funny.
And it makes them seem more human,
Definitely. Reminds us that we've all been there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so they finally find their caravan.
Phew.
And they head into the city for some ice skating.
Okay, fun.
But here's where I want you to pay attention.
Okay.
Each kid is wearing this reflective vest.
Fire.
Their phone number on it.
That is so smart. I never would have thought of that.
Right. It's such a simple safety measure.
Especially with kids.
Especially with kids, yeah.
Makes you realize they're not just vlogging for fun.
Right.
They're thinking about their audience.
Yeah, they're giving little tips along the way.
It's like a travel guide mixed with a personal story.
Exactly.
Okay, so they're skating, they're having fun, and then they start exploring the city.
Yeah, and Antwerp is seriously beautiful.
I was going to say, it looks amazing.
They show this incredible architecture, bustling markets, even a giant Christmas tree all lit up.
Oh, wow.
It's magical.
And they're making all these observations about the buildings.
Yeah, the tall houses.
The golden statues.
Yeah, they're noticing how opulent everything is.
What's the significance of that?
Oh, that's where the history comes in.
Okay, I'm listening.
So picture this. 16th century Antwerp.
Okay.
It's this major hub for trade.
Got it.
Especially spices from the east.
Oh, wow.
And all that wealth, it transformed the city.
So, they built fancier buildings.
Exactly. Grand buildings, lavish decorations, all to show off their prosperity.
It's those buildings are telling a story.
They are, yeah. The vloggers are capturing, these remnants of history.
Wow, I never thought of it that way.
Right. It's travel can be this amazing way to learn just by paying attention to your surroundings.
You can uncover, hidden stories.
Exactly.
Okay, so they're soaking it all in.
Yeah. History, the ambiance.
And then they stumble upon Antwerp's famous diamond district.
Oh, yeah. Get ready for some sparkle.
I bet. What's it like?
So picture the vloggers peering into these shop windows.
Yeah.
Their eyes are wide with awe. They're seeing extravagant jewelry.
I bet.
Price tags that'll make your jaw drop.
It's a whole different world.
Yeah, it's a glimpse into this world of luxury.
And craftsmanship.
That most of us never see.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
It is. It's one minute you're relating to parking struggles, the next you're being dazzled by diamonds.
But those juxtapositions, right?
Yeah, those contrasts that make it so engaging.
It reminds you that Like travel is this tapestry of experiences.
Exactly. It's all woven together, the mundane, the extraordinary.
It makes for a pretty unforgettable journey.
It does. It does.
Well said. So speaking of journeys, our vloggers are about to embark on a different kind.
Oh.
Let's just say nature calls.
Okay.
And this public restroom, let's just say.
What happened?
It's about to become, like, a comedy of errors.
Oh, no. The dreaded bathroom break.
I know, right?
I feel like that's always an adventure when you're traveling.
Always.
Especially in a new place.
But we'll have to save that story for part 2 of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
So stay tuned as we keep exploring Antwerp.
I'm ready.
Through their lens, uncovering more history, unexpected discoveries.
More bumps in the road.
Oh, you know there will be.
All right, I'm excited.
And of course, those moments of comedic gold.
Gotta love those.
That make travel, well, so unpredictable and fun.
Can't wait.
All right, so we're back diving deeper into this family's Antwerp adventure.
And last time, we left them teetering on the edge of what sounded like a pretty epic bathroom break.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The public restroom saga.
Yeah, the one with the broken payment machine, the unhelpful stranger.
Oh, God, it's all coming back to me now.
It's like a traveler's worst nightmare.
Seriously, those public restrooms can be so anxiety-inducing.
Especially when you're in a new place and really gotta go.
Exactly.
Did their experience resonate with you at all? Like, have you had any similar bathroom mishaps on your travels?
Oh, totally. I think we've all been there.
Yeah, it's like universal travel experience, right?
Absolutely. But, you know, what I find interesting is that they chose to include this in their vlog.
Right.
Like, it's kind of a personal moment, you know?
Yeah, definitely. It shows, like, a realness to their content.
It does, and I think it speaks to their willingness to embrace the less glamorous aspects of travel.
Absolutely. It's like they're not trying to present this perfect curated version of their trip.
Exactly. They're sharing the good, the bad, and the sometimes embarrassing reality of traveling.
And by doing so, they're connecting with their viewers on a deeper level.
Like, they're saying, hey, we've all been there. Travel isn't always glamorous, but it's always an adventure.
Well said.
So they survived the bathroom fiasco, and then they decide to do some shopping at the Action store.
Action?
For those who don't know, Action is this European discount store chain.
I've heard of it.
Known for its, like, wide variety of products and, well, its unpredictable shopping experiences. And let's just say, this trip lives up to that reputation.
What happened?
They describe it as chaotic.
Chaotic, like how? So,
like almost post-apocalyptic.
Okay, now I'm intrigued.
The merchandise everywhere, long lines, and they even saw some potential shoplifting happening.
Oh, wow.
It's a far cry from the organized, well-stocked Action stores I've seen.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what was going on.
I know, right? Like, was there a sale?
Maybe, or maybe they were just understaffed that day.
Yeah, could be.
It definitely puts things into perspective, though.
How so?
It makes you think about the people working in retail, especially during busy times.
Yeah, it's easy to get frustrated as a shopper, but their vlog shows the other side of that experience.
It's a good reminder to be mindful of the people working hard to make our shopping experiences possible.
Well said, well said. Okay, so they brave the Action store. They find the glue they were looking for, and then they encounter something truly unexpected.
What's that?
A tunnel that goes under the water.
Wait, a tunnel under the water?
Yeah, they were driving along expecting a bridge, and suddenly they're descending into this underwater tunnel.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know, and they even show the depth readings inside the elevator.
No way.
Yeah, it's like super surreal.
That's amazing. It really shows how travel can challenge our expectations.
Totally. Like you think you know what to expect, and then suddenly, boom, you're driving under a river.
It's a reminder that the world is full of surprises.
Absolutely. And it makes you appreciate the engineering feats that we often take for granted.
It's true. We don't always think about what it takes to create these incredible structures.
And by choosing to capture this moment, the vloggers are inviting their viewers to question their own assumptions.
Yeah, to embrace the element of surprise that's so inherent to travel.
Speaking of surprises, remember that van trouble they were having earlier?
Oh, yeah, the strange noise.
Well, it comes back to haunt them near the end of their trip.
Uh-oh, what happened?
They described this whistling noise.
Whistling.
And then, like, a sudden change in the engine sound.
Oh, no.
It's a pretty suspenseful moment.
Yeah, I bet. Makes you wonder if they're going to break down.
Right, and what they'll do if they're stranded in a foreign country.
It really highlights that sense of vulnerability that can come with travel.
Absolutely.
But before we get to that, let's talk about something else that caught my eye. in this part of the vlog.
Okay, what's that?
Their visit to the statue of Nello and Petrush.
Oh yeah, the boy and his dog.
It's such a touching story, and the vloggers do a great job of explaining the history behind it.
Yeah, they mentioned that Nello and Petrush were fictional characters from a novel.
Right. But their story resonated so deeply with people that they erected this statue in their honor.
And they point out that the statue is often covered in wax.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. Do you know why they do that?
I think it symbolizes, like, protecting them from the cold.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is. It's like a gesture of compassion and remembrance.
It adds a whole other layer of meaning to the statue.
It does, and it shows how art can transcend its physical form and become a focal point for shared experiences.
Exactly, and it's a reminder that even within a whirlwind tour of a city, there are opportunities to pause, reflect, and connect with something deeper.
Well said, well said. Now, back to that bathroom break fiasco.
Okay, the one with the malfunctioning machine?
Yeah, that's the one. It's like a classic comedy of errors.
It's those moments that make you realize that even the most basic needs can become an adventure when you're traveling.
Seriously. And what makes it even funnier is the way they tell the story.
Yeah, their sense of humor really shines through.
Like, you can tell they're able to laugh at themselves, which is such a great quality to have, especially when traveling.
It's a reminder not to take ourselves too seriously.
Exactly. Sometimes the best travel stories come from those unexpected moments of chaos.
Absolutely.
And speaking of chaos, we can't forget their adventure at the action store.
Oh yeah, the discount store that was anything but discounted.
They described it as pure madness.
It's amazing how their experience at that one store contrasts so sharply with the image of a typical action store.
Right, like what are the chances of walking into that particular store on that particular day?
It's those random occurrences that make travel so unpredictable.
Totally. And, it also makes you think about consumer behavior.
Totally.
Like what drives people to brave those crowds and that level of disarray just to find a bargain?
That's a good question. Maybe it's the thrill of the hunt, the satisfaction of getting a deal, or just the allure of the unknown.
Whatever the reason, their action store experience definitely adds a layer of unpredictability to their Antwerp adventure.
And it provides a nice contrast to the more historical elements of their trip.
Exactly. It's like 1 minute you're exploring centuries-old architecture, and the next you're navigating a chaotic discount store.
It's all part of the tapestry of travel.
Well said.
So what about the van?
Well, they make it back to their home base, but the mystery of the strange noise remains unsolved.
Oh, no, really?
They speculate about what it could be: a broken turbo, a faulty cylinder.
Maybe even a rogue squirrel chewing on wires.
Okay, that one's definitely the most entertaining possibility.
Well, it does leave us on a bit of a cliffhanger.
I know. It's like we need an update episode.
Right, like, did they ever fix the van?
Exactly, but maybe that's part of the point.
How so?
Like, life and travel don't always offer neat resolutions.
That's true. Sometimes we're left with unanswered questions.
And maybe that's okay. It keeps us thinking. It sparks our curiosity.
And it reminds us that the journey doesn't always end when we reach our destination.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right, welcome back to our final deep dive into this family's Antwerp adventure.
I'm excited to see how it all wraps up.
Me too. We've been through a lot with them, right?
Yeah, from historical discoveries to bathroom fiascos, they haven't held back.
And let's not forget that van trouble.
Oh, right, the mysterious engine noise.
Did they ever figure out what was causing it?
Well, the vlog ends with them safely back home.
Oh, good.
But no definitive diagnosis.
So the mystery remains.
It does.
Like, what happened?
Right.
Did they ever get it fixed?
We may never know.
I kind of love it, though. It's like a little open ending.
It is. It's like life, you know?
Not everything gets tied up neatly.
Exactly. And sometimes the journey continues even after you reach your destination.
So true. But before we get too philosophical, there's one more thing I want to touch on.
Okay, what's that?
That tunnel they drove through, the one under the water.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty wild.
They seemed so surprised by it.
They did, right. Like they had this whole idea of what the route would be like.
And then bam, they're underwater.
It makes you realize how often we travel through life with these preconceived notions.
Totally, like we think we know what to expect.
And then suddenly, we're thrown a curveball.
And sometimes those curveballs lead to the most memorable experiences.
It's like the best stories come from those detours, those unexpected twists and turns.
This family's vlog really captures that spirit of embracing the unknown.
They do. They're not afraid to show the messy, unpredictable side of travel.
And they're not trying to be, like, perfect travel influencers.
Right. It's refreshing.
They're just sharing their experience, warts and all.
And that's what makes them so relatable.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are your final thoughts?
You know, I'm struck by how much this vlog taught me about Antwerp.
Yeah, me too.
But also about the nature of travel itself.
How so?
It's not just about seeing the sights. It's about the journey, the unexpected moments, the shared experiences.
It's about being open to new possibilities and allowing yourself to be surprised.
And sometimes it's about embracing the chaos.
Absolutely. Well said.
Thanks for joining me on this adventure, and if you haven't already, I highly recommend checking out the original vlog.
Definitely worth a watch.
Until next time, happy travels, everyone.
Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other. So far as the echo, where do we start? You can learn to discover.